everyone, welcome back to my channel. I was talking about some of my paranormal experiences on my Snapchat the other day, and so many of you were asking me to film a storytime video. I guess a lot of people are very curious about this kind of stuff. Also, it's just very interesting to talk about. I've always just been very attracted to esoteric things, is that how you say it? Paranormal things, ghosts, spirits, cards, psychic things. I've always been attracted to that. I don't know why. No, I love astrology. I love all of that. I want to make it very clear that I believe in God. I do not like to talk about religion. I'm just a very open-minded person. As long as you're not making other people believe in what you believe in and you just kind of respect everyone, then we're good. My mom is very, very spiritual, so I think I get that from her. And she is very sensible, like I am. I can really feel people's energy. Like when I meet someone, I just get this thing in the middle of like my stomach and here. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and I can just really feel when someone has bad intentions or good intentions, or I just get vibes from people. I mean, a lot of people do too, and I have so many friends that I get along with so well because we have that like intuition. I feel like a lot of people think I'm crazy. When I was little, I didn't really understand why I felt like that. I grew up in Colombia, Bogota, and I moved to the USA when I was like, I think I was 10. Yeah, I was 10 years old. And that's why I have an accent. For everyone who always asks why I have an accent, that's why. I'm Latina and very, very proud to be a Latina. I grew up in this beautiful rustic house. We think the house was haunted. My grandma and my mom always tell me how there was always something in that house. It kind of bothered everybody. I remember how it was just so hard for me to go to sleep. I think I was around 4 years old. I would wake up every night just crying, running into my parents' room. I would tell them that there was an old woman trying to speak to me. My parents were like obviously super creeped out. My mom would always bring like priests and church people to come pray and like cleans the house. It never really stopped. Like I remember even when I got older, there was just always something. I would always feel the presence of someone watching me all the time. I would never ever ever go downstairs by myself because when I would run up the stairs back, I would always thought that there was someone chasing me upstairs. My mom also told me that I think she was pregnant of me, and my brother, I have an older brother, he was a baby and he could barely even walk. She put my brother to sleep in the other room and then she went to sleep. It was the middle of the night and she felt very uncomfortable. She just felt the presence of something in the room. She turned on the lights and my brother was on the floor of her room and she obviously freaked out. There was no way that my brother could have gotten out of his whatever, what's it called, the baby beds, you know. There's no way he could jump out of the little thing babies sleep in and walk to her room. There was just no way that could have happened. Really, really scary. Anyways, whenever Harry Potter came out, me and my brother were obsessed with it. I'm still a big fan of Harry Potter. Me and my brother have all the books, all the movies. We were literally obsessed with Harry Potter. I remember we were home alone one night and we were watching Harry Potter and we started like arguing about something. We were really little, we were like 8 or 7. All of the sudden we literally heard all the pans and all the stuff in the kitchen just like fell and it was like psh. It was just such a loud, you know, sound. Me and my brother like froze up. We were like, what the fuck? And the movie was going on. The TV just kind of crashed. We called my parents. We were like there's something really weird going on, blah blah blah. And I remember we were like arguing and we automatically started hugging each other and we were crying. When we moved out of the house, my mom did research. She was really curious to know about, you know, the history of the house and who lived before us. There was an old woman who killed herself. She would rent the rooms for other people. So there was always just a lot of, you know, different energy. Me and my mom assumed that that was the old woman that would try to speak to me when I was really young. And now that I'm older, I've experienced other things. When I was in middle school, one of the scariest things that has happened to me, I used to live in Texas back when I was in middle school. I've always been able to lucid dream ever since I was little, and it's something that has been very weird to me because just now recently I kind of learned how to control it, and it used to scare me a lot, and I have paralysis of sleep, which is horrible. I do not recommend for people to start trying to lucid dream. And not that lucid dreaming is anything bad. I was born with that sensibility and there's nothing I can really do about it. But I know that like on Tumblr, I've read a lot of things because I've done a lot of research on this, and a lot of people literally have tutorials on how to lucid dream. Do not get yourself involved in that stuff if you're not experienced or you don't know about it. Just don't look for things that you don't need. All you're doing is opening up doors to a world that you don't know about, and let me tell you, it's very hard to close those doors. Be careful with what you do. And you know, don't start like contacting spirits or demonic shit. Like, just don't fuck with that. Just don't do it. Anyways, so I remember one night I was trying to go to sleep, and that night I felt so sad. I was in depression for a long time. I would cry myself to sleep every night. I've always had a box ever since I was little. I still have the box where I keep pictures or letters or things that people give me that I care about. And I remember every night I would open that box and just like read all that stuff, and I don't know why I would do that. By the way, I sleep like a baby. I always sleep to the side and I like curl myself up, cuddle myself. Anyways, so I'm trying to go to sleep, and out of nowhere I felt the presence of a very strong whatever it was, because till this day I don't know if it was a spirit, I don't know if it could be an angel, or it could have been, I don't know what it was. I was feeling so sad that night. All I do know is that I was very scared, and nothing that comes from God makes you feel scared. It was weird. It was just a weird thing. And I immediately got the chills. I started to hear someone breathing very close to me. And at this point, I felt them getting in bed with me. And the moment I tried to turn around, my body was paralyzed and I couldn't move at all. I remember just crying and crying my eyes out without being able to like move or speak or do anything. In my mind, I just kept on praying and praying and praying and praying until it went away, and I immediately just got out of bed, went to my mom's room. I'm like, there's literally someone trying to sleep with me. Like, I think my mom at some point thought like she's crazy. I know that night it was real. I know it for sure. I felt it. It was just... Also, I did play the Ouija board once with my friends, and my mom has always told me not to play the Ouija board. Don't do it. Like, literally, my grandma and my mom have always like lectured me on it. They're like, you cannot play the Ouija board. Like, you don't fuck with that shit. I was always just very curious, and I did play with my friends once. Like, nothing happened, and the thing didn't even move. I did confess to my mom that I did it, and she was like, you see, like, you open doors. I don't even know. My final little story that I'm gonna tell you, something that happened very recently, and oh my gosh, I get the chills just talking about it. So when I was recovering from surgery, I was staying in South Beach, Miami, in a hotel. I cannot say the name of the hotel. I was staying on the last floor of the hotel, like the biggest suite they have, and my mom got that room for me because she wanted me to feel as comfortable as possible. To get up there, you need a special key, and not even the people who work at the hotel can go up there. There was a back door in our suite where the people who work there could get an elevator from the back, go up there and give us, you know, towels, or if we needed something, or room service, but they couldn't go through the front elevator. Nobody could get up there except us. That's what I'm trying to say. The room had a big like terrace. Is that how you say it? Like an outside, whatever it's called. I couldn't breathe for like a week after surgery. So imagine the first night trying to sleep. I couldn't sleep on my back. I had to sleep seated up. So I could not sleep the first night. I think it was around 3 in the morning. My mom was like knocked out, and I was still trying to sleep, you know, my head up, drinking Gatorade, feeling horrible, bleeding. I hear the elevator going up. Like, you know when you hear dun when the door opens? I heard that. At first, I didn't pay attention to it, and then I started getting very paranoid. I was like, what is going on? Why why did the elevator open? There's no way someone can get up here. So I waited a little bit because I was like, okay, Natalie, chill. You're probably on drugs right now. You're crazy. I can hear people walking outside of my room, and I heard when they opened the door. There's just no way they can open that door. At this point, I was like, okay, I'm definitely not crazy. I can, you know, clearly hear this. I screamed so loud. I grabbed my mom's hand. I was like shaking her. I was like, so she wakes up, she turns on the lights, she goes outside. Nothing. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing. Everything was fine. My mom was like, she's like, are you okay? I remember when the sun came out that morning, I felt just discomfort in my heart. Something was telling me to kind of leave. You know when you feel that energy, and I just kind of wanted to get out of there. I did not feel good. I was thinking about it the whole morning. I was trying to get an explanation of why I heard that. So the cleaning lady comes in, you know, she's like doing our beds. She's Hispanic. I think she was from like Guatemala or something. I like to start conversations with people, so I sat next to her and I was like, so where are you from? Like, you know, how many kids do you have? We're talking in Spanish, and she says, are you okay? At first I was like, yeah, and then I'm like a little confused of why she asked me that. And in my head, all I could think about was obviously what happened. But she just asked me, have you felt any weird things? It was kind of weird that she was asking me that without even knowing anything. I started telling her what happened. She looked at my mom and then she looked at me and she's like, you guys need to get out of here. We've had a few people complain when they stay up here. And I was like, really? And I just kept on looking at my mom the whole time. I was like, you see? I wasn't lying. She told me, she was like, look, I'm not supposed to say this. A few years ago, there was a married couple staying here and they were really drunk or on drugs. I don't know what was going on, but they were fighting and the guy killed her. And then he jumped off the big terrace thing. I immediately called the front desk. I was like, please, I need you guys to change the room. When the people came to like take me to the other room, I was recording because I wanted to have some type of proof. And in the video, I have a very stuffy nose and I sound disgusting because I was, you know, out of surgery and I felt horrible and I was bleeding the whole time and it was just blah. But so you can hear my voice sounds like but there's a video so you guys can see it. You know this room is haunted.
It's haunted?
I'm telling you, it's haunted. And the cleaning lady told me that this woman...
No digas que ya te dijo nada.
No, never mind.
Oh yeah?
Those are some of my paranormal experiences. I hope this video was interesting for some of you. I would love to know if you guys have experienced anything, or leave all your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys like these kinds of videos, I have a lot of crazy stories. But if you do, let me know and give this video a big thumbs up. I love you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe. We're super close to 1 million subscribers. I send you all muchos besos y abrazos, and I'll see you guys on